One more check. Light, sound, action. Oh, muy vey. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Let's Have a Chat with Rachel Belladonna. I am, of course, Rachel Belladonna. This is my new YouTube series where you guys can submit questions and topics on all my social media. Everything Rachel Belladonna. You can send questions and topics to me, and I'll do a YouTube video with my response or my answers, and I'll post it on under my new series. So today's question comes from Instagram. It is from Death Fears None. Did you find it hard being black and goth? Yes and no. There are many different ways I can answer this question. I never had an issue with a fellow person of color in the goth community. Everyone I've met thus far has been very, very supportive of one another, and there was never any like tension or ill will or hatred towards each other. But that's just what the people that I know. I'm sure it's out there, and it really sucks because we should definitely band together and support each other and be there for each other, because we're already different. We are, whether it's with our own culture or whatever, we're different. We like different things. So I don't understand being rude or mean to someone who is at the end of the day just like us. Have I experienced negativity in general for the things that I like or who I am or what I do? Yeah. I've gotten different things of being called an Oreo, saying that I'm not a real black woman, that I don't know who I am, that I'm lost because I like the things that I do. And it's always fascinating to me that someone who knows absolutely nothing about me thinks that they know more about me than what I do or what other people know about me, like my friends and my family. It sucks, but it is one of those things that happens, and I don't think it should happen. When it does happen, it makes you realize a lot about you and the world that we live in. You know, it's 2020, and there's so much hatred and racism going on, and it really sucks. It does. It'd be great if people can progress together and grow together, but unfortunately, I don't know if we would see that in our lifetime. It's always good to be optimistic in situations like that, but I don't have an answer for when or if things will get better, if we would see the change. Be great too. I have a lot of friends in the goth and metal community that look like me and that don't look like me, and thankfully, they take up for me as well. You know, I think it's really important to have your friends back in situations of where someone's being called these horrible things or someone's being rude to someone for simply just being who they are. It always makes you feel a little bit better about the world in general when you do have people that come to your aid, come to your defense, and it's like, no, you're wrong. She's not the piece of shit. He's not the piece of shit. You're the piece of shit. I know a part of the question was that this person did experience some rudeness from another black goth, and that really sucks. To this day, not that I know of, I haven't experienced it face to face or even on social media. I don't understand why someone would do that, because it's hard enough to just be who we are without having allies that look like us or have someone that does look like us and like the same thing that we do, that we can actually see ourselves like mirror to mirror. It sucks if someone does that to you. And I, for one, do not understand their way of think, like someone's way of thinking. Like, you've gone through shit yourself. Like, you've had your own personal trials and tribulations of being just who you are, and to turn around and be rude to someone else that's kind of like you, it's, I don't get it. I don't know if maybe that person was having a bad day. I don't want to make any excuses for that person. It's just, it really shouldn't happen. It shouldn't. I personally wouldn't do anything like that. Even if I'm having a bad day, you can always react to someone or respond to someone later and not take your anger out on the person or whatever. I don't know if that person was having a bad day or if they just felt in their heart that they weren't being rude, but I personally wouldn't do that. And it doesn't sit well with me when someone is rude to someone. You know, like you're seeing yourself in this person. Maybe you're giving them a compliment or asking them a question. What bands do you listen to? What kind of hair dye do you, where do you buy your clothes? Do you use contacts in your pictures? What brands? Like, I don't understand a reason to be rude to someone who is just either giving you compliments or even just asking for advice or help. Why not just share that? I don't get it. I am extremely sorry that you had to go through that you went through that. And I really hope that person was just having a bad day. It wasn't something of, I don't want to share this information with this person because maybe this person would be a threat, or I don't know. I personally have not had any problems with goths of color or metalheads of color. I had never had any problems like that. I never experienced rudeness from someone that looks like me and likes the same thing. I have experienced rudeness and racism, and it sucks. It is not fun. In the past, it made me question who I was and if I had an issue, if I was a problem or abnormal in any kind of way. And I don't get a lot of it today. If someone says something behind my back, I don't know. They probably do. I don't know. I don't care. But I don't get people in my inbox spewing hate. I get the occasional comment of, like I said, being an Oreo or not being a real black woman. And I look at those people and I just laugh because at the end of the day, you don't know me. You don't know what I've been through. So your opinion of me does not matter. I'm going to continue to be me and live my life the way I want to. You have a problem with it? Don't look. I really am sorry that you had that experience. And I really hope people that you have met now, that you meet more people now that won't be rude to you in the way that that person was rude to you. And hopefully that person was just having a bad day. Again, I don't know. There's a lot of things that can go into reactions and the reasons why people react the way they do. I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and try to take up for that person. I don't know. And I'm very, very, very sorry that you experienced that. And hopefully they don't do it again. So yeah. You know, being black and liking the things that we do, it's always going to be hard. There are going to be days that you feel alone. There's going to be things that you go through that you're going to question. Sorry, that was a message. The way that I get through those times is just trying to be as comfortable with myself as possible. You know, I think we all have self-image issues and, you know, body dysmorphia and all of that stuff, but at the end of the day, if you are genuinely being you, what more can you do? There are going to be people that look at it and think that it's wrong or abnormal, that don't understand you. That's fine. You don't have to understand every single person. But just because you don't understand that person doesn't mean that that person's wrong, or it gives a reason for you to be rude or mean to someone who is simply just enjoying their life and not hurting anyone else. in the process of enjoying their life. I think there's bigger things to worry about in this world. So thank you so much for the question. And again, I am truly sorry that happened to you. You ever need advice or an ear to someone to vent to about any of that stuff, please, you're free to inbox me. I won't judge you. I love you all. All right, guys, that has been today's episode of Let's Have a Chat with Rachel Belladonna. Send me topics, questions on all of my social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, all things in the world, the realm of Rachel Belladonna, and I will answer your question and give you a shout out in the video. Post your question as a picture in the video. I love you all. Bye, guys.